What up, Film Squad? Your boy D finally back with another video. In today's video, we're going over Contax T2 diary of me shooting 2 different rolls. This was all last year. I just never got around to editing and then posting it.
However you want.
The first roll that I shot with was Portra 400 for my brother Jose's birthday. For this video, I did just set the aperture to 2.8, which is program mode, auto mode for this camera. The Portra 400 and the Contax T2 combo did really well in the shady, almost indoor environment. Good to see because Portra 400 is recommended for indoor use. In this roll, you eventually will see that my nephew steals the show. He is beyond adorable. Luckily, I got more good photos of my nephew Isaiah than I did get missed shots with the Contax T2. In these 2 rolls, the Contax T2 missed 5 out of 36 of the shot. That ends up being about 14% of the shots taken on this camera will be out of focus, which is actually quite sad because you have no idea which photos or when it's gonna miss focus. It's usually when you're most confident, like the subject is in the middle or the subject is filling up the frame and then the camera somehow misses focus. Contax T2 missed focus on 5 shots on this roll and I got 8 good photos of Isaiah in this roll. So Isaiah wins Autofocus T2L. This shot is a top photo of mine. It catches all 3 of my 2 nieces and nephew in action. The angle, the composition, and the lighting is nice. This is definitely something I can see in like a photo book or in a zine. The photo speaks to me more than just a family photo. In the next roll, I ended up shooting Kodak Pro Image 100 ISO. Sketch vibes. All right, what position? This shot of my youngest brother and I was a complete fail. It's a shame. It was a great photo. It could have been a great memory, but definitely a bit risky. The Contax T2 can only be trusted that it will miss 14% of your shots on that roll. Again, you won't know when it is and it ends up missing focus at this, what would have been a great moment to capture. This shot of the light bulb, I ended up manually focusing the Contax T2 by switching the dial from AF to the distance. It was probably around like a meter away from me, and I ended up focusing on it manually and then shooting at f4 to test the camera to see if I would be able to get it in focus, and it came out pretty nice. I just wanted to mention that to not give credit to the Contax T2's autofocus. This Wells Fargo shot. What I often do is wait for people to walk in frame. I mainly do this so that I can get people for scale, but I also like to add elements and make my photos a little bit more interesting. The Three Ducks and Kodak, that would have been a great shot. I feel like the colors are really great and the composition is pretty good, but this just ends up being part of the 14% on the Pro Image roll. The Contax T2 is always a pleasure to walk around with. I love the look and the feel of this camera. It doesn't feel as small as the other compacts, like it'll slip out of your hand. You can definitely see that I have some scratches and some love markings on this camera from dropping it. Obviously, I'm not happy that I've dropped it, but it's just to let you guys know that as much as we want to baby these Contax T2s, when you do have that mistake of dropping it, it will survive. It'll continue on for you. So I do appreciate that aspect of this camera. I definitely have been using this camera. The camera is not perfect though. To bring it up again, missing 5 shots out of a roll of 36, 14% of your photos being out of focus is a pretty big deal. I mean, especially if you're trying to do something like a project, you're not sitting there taking the same photo over and over again. So if for whatever reason that one photo that you really wanted to capture is out of focus because it just ends up being that one time the camera decides to miss focus, it's pretty annoying. I know other people talk about it, but emphasizing. That being said, when the focus is on point, this Sonar 2.8 35mm Carl Zeiss lens does not disappoint. I love the contrast, I love the sharpness from it, and of course with the combo of Kodak film, it's a pleasure to work with. I want to thank you guys all again for watching. This was the first of many film diaries. Hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to support the channel by subscribing, hitting that like button, and commenting down below. And as always guys, happy shooting.